You see, this is my problem. What you're watching now is the exact test I did to prove this theory wrong. It took a grand total of 45 seconds, and this theory is, if you reload from empty, it takes longer than if you reload with X amount of bullets left in the mag, or just any bullets left in the mag. Now, admittedly, I can hear it. I've got my headphones on for once. I actually have my game sound up, and it's the first clue. When you empty the mag, before you reload, your character tries to fire like another 1 or 2 bullets. So what people are thinking is taking longer is actually you forcibly not allowing your character to do the reload animation, which is why it's taking longer. It actually isn't. The reload is the exact bloody same, whether you've got bullets in the mag or whether you haven't. Now, there is a slight difference, but it only accounts for 1 round interval. That is literally the space it takes between one bullet being fired and the second bullet being fired. That's literally it. Now, this is the reload from still having rounds in the mag. I would like you to keep an eye on where it shows my actual ammo count. Notice how the 19 greyed out, the 972 sort of lit up a little bit, and then when we complete our animation, they will both fade to grey, and then the 19 will highlight and then change to 51. This is your visual cue for reload starting, reload ending. We can do this with the empty mag as well. Now, when you actually put these side by side, with the actual animation cues coming up at the exact same times next to each other, guess what you see? They're near identical. So, hopefully I can show this in time. There's the ammo flash, both at the same time, so the reload animation has started at exactly the same time. Now, the visual cues will be slightly different just because one's reloading from half, one is reloading from empty. So one will go 32, flash, then 51. The other will basically just go straight to 50. Now, as you can see, the firing interval is literally 1 bullet behind. Now, just to rub it in, because I am Maximus Dickus, my Roman name, I made this. Hopefully we get the picture. Hopefully. Now, to calculate your firing interval, take your RPM divided by 60. In the case of FAMAS, we do 900 divided by 60. That gives us 15. That's 15 rounds per second. You then take your 1 second and divide it by 15. That gives us 0.066666, essentially 0.067. Would you like to see the difference this makes to your overall DPS calculations? Like, literally none at all. Like, congrats. Like, you've lost like 20 damage in your total DPS. Like, that's it. Like, ooh. The fun fact is, though, the game doesn't actually calculate past 2 decimals. So if I do this again, but, well, keep it the same, but just change it from being like 10 decimals to 2. For numerical values, obviously there is still some difference. Average DPS for the top build is 8,575,152. The bottom one is 8,575,078. I've lost a little bit of damage, but in terms of overall DPS, they both say 100. Now, there is such a thing as a tactical reload and a reload from empty. However, these are going to be typically on MMRs or rifles. There are some weapons where if you reload halfway through a magazine, you will individually put bullets in. This clearly takes longer. But if you reload from empty, you just replace the entire cartridge. White Death M44 is a very prominent one. Though if you're trying to calculate DPS with an M44, I've got worse news for you. But in terms of things like LMGs, ARs, SMGs, the difference between reloading from empty or not empty is literally going to be your firing interval, which is so minuscule that if you're really worried about it, then I'll have what you're having, because that's some really good shit. For perspective, the slowest RPM weapon where this may make a difference is going to be like 600 RPM, at which point the firing interval is 0.1 seconds. Let's do a little brain teaser. 2 images, one's up for 2 seconds, one's up for 2.1. Did you see a difference? That's literally the difference that people are complaining about. Have fun, good luck, don't die. It's bad for the health.